colors will be presented to us by the VFW. Please rise.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please help me greet the class of 2004 with a huge round of applause. Class, you may be seated. School Board Chair Forster, Superintendent Babbitt, honored board members, seniors, parents, relatives, friends of the seniors, I'd like to welcome you to the 97th commencement exercise of South St. Paul High School. As we begin our ceremony, I would like to take the opportunity to recognize some important guests. In the audience tonight are guests who have come from many different places to celebrate the important event with our seniors. It is their guidance that had nurtured each of these seniors' successes. Would all parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents please stand? Let's give them a round of applause for their great leadership. It is their love and instruction which have helped our seniors grow and mature, and we thank them. I would also like to introduce some other guests who will be participating in our ceremony this evening. Each of these people have made a difference in the education of our seniors. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. District retiree Judy Bringold. Department representatives, Mr. Russell Sean, Art, Mr. Mark Griffin, Business, Mr. Dave Wolf, Industrial Tech, Miss Nancy Dolan, Language Arts, Mr. Kevin Ekman, Math, Mr. Jim Detloff, Music, Mr. Randy Bjorklund, Physical Education, Health, Miss Melissa Miller, Science, Mr. Peter Schultz, Social Studies, Miss Sue Eknes, Special Education, Miss Sue McDaniel, World Language, Miss Robert Stanton, Family Studies. School board members, Miss Deb Clark, Miss Carrie Petrozewski, Miss Kay Erickson, Miss Wendy Felton, Mr. Todd Pogorski, Mr. Bruce Haggerty, and seated on the stage this evening, School Board Chairperson, Ms. Shelley Forrester, Superintendent, Dr. Dana Babbitt, our distinguished graduate, Congresswoman Betty McCollum, our honored graduate, Walter Books, faculty speaker, Mr. Don Gang, school administrators, Mr. Chad Sexhauer, Mr. Paul Miller, and Miss Kathleen Johnson. These fine people represent some of the many people who have touched the lives of our graduates over the year. The seniors and I would like to thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause, please. You may be seated. Finally, we'd want to publicly thank the South St. Paul Educational Foundation scholarship donors. Through their generosity, over $166,000 were distributed to members of the class of 2004. These scholarships are provided annually to aid students with their future educational plans. Let's have a round of applause for all our scholarship donors and the students who won these awards. Tonight, high school graduation, the starting point of a new educational journey for the seniors. As graduates, you've come to the ceremony having completed the first stage of your formal education. Our community has gathered to celebrate both the ending of your high school education as well as the beginning of something big, your transition to your adult lives. We want to congratulate each of you on your accomplishments and wish you well as you leave South St. Paul High School and prepare to move forward on your own. You are a special group of young men and women that will continue to accomplish greatness. I know our future will be in great hands because of you. You, the South St. Paul High School class of 2004, will make a difference in this world. You are talented, hardworking, committed, but most of all, you are South St. Paul Packers. You will carry on and protect the tradition that you have helped to build for our school and community. You will make us proud. Please join me in showing our support to the class of 2004 by giving them a round of applause. I now have the honor of recognizing and presenting to you the Valedictorian and Salutatorian for the class of 2004. As I call your name, I ask that you come to the stage to receive your medallion in recognition of your accomplishment. Our Salutatorian, Mr. Michael Vasquez. Sorry about that, Mike. Mike's parents are George and Rose Vasquez. Mike, please come forward and... I'm sorry my nerves got the best of me.
Good evening. So if I'm like all my fellow classmates sitting out here tonight, the past few weeks have been kind of a somber time, preparing for our last finals, signing each other's yearbooks, cleaning out our lockers, and getting ready for the all-important graduation party. You know, nothing is more humbling than looking how you used to be 10 or 15 years ago. Now, if you could have convinced me that wearing knee-high socks, blue Zuba shorts, and having hair like the Bride of Frankenstein would have prepared me for where I am today, I would have looked at you like you were crazy. But after going to some of my friends' graduation parties and seeing some of their kid pictures, I would have to say that the sideshow clown look was definitely in. The point is, over the past few weeks, I have, like most of you sitting out there tonight, had the opportunity to remember, reminisce, laugh at, and relive some of our greatest moments in our short lives. Now, as I was looking through some of my old school work that filled the stacks of boxes in my basement, I ran across one thing in particular that caught my eye. It was a project for Mr. Anderson's 5th grade classic, Poja, and I'll never forget it. If I remember correctly, our assignment was to look over the classified ads and create our perfect lifestyle, or as perfect as one can get from classified ads. So for about a week or two, my mind was totally consumed with looking in the classifieds, a life skill that might ultimately prove useful in the future. But with imagination abound and no spending limit, I was able to let all my wants and desires show through secondhand from the Star Tribune and Pioneer Press. I'd never imagined what types of odd things people offer up in the classifieds. Anyways, I wrote down the typical wants of any 5th grader: a gigantic house, a vintage car, a pinball machine, and who could resist an airplane? And of course, I couldn't forget the bare necessities like a pool table and multiple video game systems. So you may be wondering, so what? This kid learned to look in a news section of the newspaper. Big deal. But that's just it. For me, I think it was the first time that I realized that learning did not have to encompass reading a story and answering some questions or doing a math problem. I bet if I could go back and ask myself at the time when I was doing the project whether or not I was learning, I would have said that this is too much fun to be learning. So although this may sound a bit cliche, from that point on I really grasped at the notion that one really doesn't have to be in the classroom listening to a teacher lecture about the social policies of Stalin to say that they are learning. Just take a look at the high school as a whole. Although tonight you're hearing from some of the talented academic students, this school is filled with top-notch athletic, artistic, vocational, and musical talent. And from each of these students, if you were to ask them, they would probably say that they learned just as much or more in their various endeavors outside of the classroom. Although I can say that I learned quite a bit about Hitler and Mussolini doing 50-page projects about their life and times, I may have learned some of my most memorable lessons outside of school playing baseball. Knowing that one of the next speakers is a baseball coach, I won't overuse the baseball analogies, but one of the best pieces of advice that I ever heard was that a great hitter in baseball only succeeds and gets a hit 3 out of every 10 times he gets at bat. That means the best player in a baseball team would fail nearly 70% of the time. This has helped me really understand that it's all right to mess up on a test or a problem with my friends or on the baseball field, because life just keeps motoring ahead whether you want it to or not. So if I had to give one piece of advice to the class of 2004, it would be not be afraid to fail, even when the consequences could be embarrassing, nerve-wracking, or scary. And probably one of the biggest things that I am proud of at my experience at South St. Paul was my willingness to put myself out there and take risks, whether it be taking hard classes or trying to balance school with activities and sports. But looking back, it was probably the best thing I've ever done. So to conclude, I'd like to congratulate all my fellow students on a job well done and wish you luck in whatever your future may hold. So as you go out and celebrate tonight and in the next few weeks, just take a few moments to thank your teachers, parents, grandparents, and all the people that have helped you get this far. Thank you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Mike. At this time, I'd like to present our valedictorian for the class of 2004, Mr. Samuel Rankin Patet. Sam's parents are Rankin and Janelle Patet.
Here. That works. Sorry about the... Thank you, Mr. Manning. I would like to begin by congratulating the class of 2004. We did it. Somehow we managed to survive 4 years of tests, homecomings, hours of studying, relationships, athletic events, band concerts, and friendships, finally winding up here at our commencement exercises. Congratulations. Secondly, I'd like to recognize our teachers we have had over the last 4 years. Thank you for your dedication, enthusiasm, patience, and good humor you managed to maintain while filling our minds with countless facts and figures. And finally, I would like to thank the parents and guardians of the class of 2004. Without your guidance, love, and support, we would certainly not be here today. As I began to think about what to say tonight, a lot of possible topics came to mind. School in the past 4 years, a life and what it means to make it in the world. But what continually came to mind was the future, a topic we've been hearing a lot about and setting ourselves up for. The future. College, vocational school, the military, the workforce, money, job, car payments, house, mortgage, marriage, kids, family, retirement, grandchildren. Does this seem a bit too much? I don't know about you guys, but this whole future thing is a little scary to me. I'll be the first to admit that I have some trepidation about moving away from South St. Paul. What will college be like? Are the professors friendly? What career will I choose? Where should I live? Am I going to get married and have kids? It seems as if we have created a sort of personal comfort zone in which we live. We've all grown accustomed to the teachers, classes, friends, and basic daily routine here in South St. Paul. As we move on into the future, however, this routine will change. New friends will be made, old relationships will change, new passions will surface, and we will move on into adulthood. I remember 6 years ago moving from elementary school into the 7th grade, and how nervous I was at starting this new phase of my life, junior high. The first day of 7th grade, I remember getting on that bus at 7 o'clock a.m. armed with my saxophone case, which was just as tall as me and weighed more than half my weight. To make things worse, on top of my already scrawny physique, all the kids on the bus seemed to be just a little bit or a lot bigger than me. Panic began to set in. And yet somehow I survived. Somehow we all did. As I got used to the classes, made new friends, and began to discover what I liked, my fear left me. Because with that fear I had about entering the 7th grade, I also had excitement. Excitement about learning new things, meeting new people, having more freedom, and just having fun. Obviously, our transition from high school to the real world will be a step out of our comfort zone. But with the fears and doubts we may have, also comes excitement. The excitement to leave our parents, to be completely free, to make our own decisions. Yes, 50 years from now, our only memories of high school may be in our yearbooks. And indeed, our best friend might simply be a picture on a page of that yearbook. But it is with this sadness and with moving on that there comes a new and exciting life. Havelock Ellis is quoted as saying, "All the art of living lies in a fine mingling of letting go and holding on." I am confident that the class of 2004, our class, will go on to achieve great things, putting our best foot forward after having left South St. Paul. No matter where life may take us, whether it be to medical school, Hawaii, or a class reunion 50 years down the road, we will always be the South St. Paul Packers graduating class of 2004. Every single one of us. Thank you, God bless, and again, congratulations class of 2004.
Thank you, Sam. Some of you may be wondering what some of the apparel that our graduates have on, and so I'll give you a little idea. First of all, students wearing gold tassels are members of the National Honor Society. Students wearing a gold sash are International Baccalaureate diploma candidates. Students wearing gold cords are International Baccalaureate honors students. Students wearing a white sash are in the top 15% of their class and are graduating with honors. So in case you're interested, check it out. I would now like to introduce Dr. Dana Babbitt, Superintendent of Schools, who will present our Honorary Diploma and Distinguished Graduate Award.
Good evening. My name is Dana H. Babbitt, and I have the honor of being the Superintendent of South St. Paul Public Schools. The South St. Paul Public School District proudly presents 2 awards each year. One, the Distinguished Graduate Award, is given to a past graduate who has made significant contributions to the community, the school district, and in this person's case, the state and the nation. And then we give out an honorary diploma. It's awarded for exemplary service to the school district and community to a deserving person who has not graduated from South St. Paul and is not really a Packer. It's my pleasure tonight to first present this year's honorary diploma to Mr. Walt Books. Would you please come up here, Walt? Mr. Books served his country in the Navy from 1950 to 1954. He then attended the University of North Dakota during the years of 1955 to 1959, where he graduated with a degree in journalism and English. He first came to South St. Paul in 1958 to do some loan business. He liked what he saw and moved back here for good in 1961. 30 years ago, he purchased Lang's Flower Shop, which he has managed and owned ever since. Mr. Books has been very dedicated to the community of South St. Paul and its youth. He was one of the original organizers of the now famous On the Road Again celebration. He started the World Booyah Championship in 1982. He has also served as director of the South St. Paul Rodeo and other many community functions. I first met Walt in 1989 when I was the principal here in my first graduation. And at that time, he came up and he gave a flower personally to every graduate that graduated that night. He's well known in our community, and he's a little well known for wearing a distinctive cowboy hat. He has worn this hat since his youth, although he told me that for a while they went out of style. He's a proud father of 2 boys and girls. Mr. Books, I would like to present you with this year's honorary diploma. It reads, South St. Paul High School Honorary Diploma. This certifies that Mr. Walt Books is declared an honorary graduate for his dedication and many contributions to our school and community, exemplifying what it truly means to serve others. Presented this 10th day of June, 2004. Congratulations, Mr. Books.
Dana said don't talk very long. My daughter said don't swear. So I guess this is going to be real short and sweet. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Mr. Men. Thank you, school board. Thank you, faculty, teachers, everyone. Most of all, thank you, students, because without you, we'd have no need to be here. Thank you very much. I'm very appreciative of the award.
It's also my privilege tonight to present this year's Distinguished Graduate Award to Congresswoman Betty McCollum. Congresswoman McCollum was a 1972 graduate of South St. Paul High School. While in high school, Betty was involved in theater, speech, and debate. She was a newspaper editor. She was in the Girls Athletic Association, where she participated in volleyball, basketball, and golf. She currently is a member of the United States House of Representatives, where she is serving her second term in office. With her election in 2000, Congresswoman McCollum became only the second Minnesota woman elected to Congress since our statehood in 1958. She represents St. Paul, Ramsey County, Northern Dakota County, as well as Western Washington County. Throughout her public life, Betty McCollum has championed excellence in education, protected our environment, and expanded health care access. She has been an outspoken leader for fully funding special education, protecting the Arctic Wildlife Refuge, and promoting women's health care. She's a member of the Education and Workforce Committee, the International Relations Committee, and the Resources Committee. Prior to Congress, Betty served in the Minnesota House of Representatives from 1992 to 2000. She was also a member of the North St. Paul City Council from 1987 to 1992. In addition to public life, Betty's career has included teaching high school social science, as well as 25 years in the retail sales and management. She is a graduate of the College of St. Catherine and the mother of an adult son and daughter. Congresswoman McCollum has also won the Environmental Hero Award, an Appreciation of Service Award from North St. Paul City Council, an Appreciation Award from the Minnesota Veterans, and a Congressional Leadership Award. But tonight, she receives her highest honor. It gives me great pleasure to present Betty McCollum with South St. Paul's High School's Distinguished Graduate Award, and it reads, South St. Paul High School Distinguished Graduate. This certifies Congresswoman Betty McCollum is declared a distinguished graduate in recognition for her continued public service and her contributions to the education of youth. Presented this 10th day of June, 2004. Congratulations.
In 1972, where you're sitting, we were facing that way, and it was a little drier, but the smiles were the same that I've seen on your face. I brought something with me tonight. I brought my passport to the world. This is my 1972 high school diploma from South St. Paul. It has gone with me everywhere, and it is your passport to the world too. You came to get this passport because you had parents and family and friends that loved and nurtured you. You had teachers who pushed and challenged you. Now it's your turn. It's your turn to make this truly the first day of the rest of your life. When I sat out in my graduation, I had on a cap and gown. I had no special honors. But there was another student, Tom Walhauser. Tom and I didn't really hang around together. He was in a different group, clique. But on September 14th, our community, South St. Paul, our parents, our friends, our support system, brought us together in a very unique way. I said September 14th, didn't I? Not September 11th. On September 14th, when I fulfilled my obligation, and we sent our men and women to fight in Afghanistan, Tom Walhauser, a fellow graduate, was a Marine Corps general. And when I saw the South St. Paul headline online the next day, I knew we would win the war on terrorism with honor because another South St. Paul graduate was there. This is your passport. I don't know where your future takes you, because if anyone would have told me 1972 that I would be the second woman elected to Congress from this state, I would have said, get out of here. You have no idea where the future goes. It can go so many places. You're in charge. You've been given a great foundation. Go for it. And keep being a lifelong learner, because you never know where life leads you. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman McCollum, for those inspiring words. Each year, the Senior Council selects one faculty member to give an address at graduation. This year, they have selected Mr. Don Gang, language arts teacher and coach. On behalf of the senior class, I would like to present to Mr. Gang with this gift as a recognition for everything he has done for us and for the speech he is going to give us. Mr. Gang?
Yeah, we gave all our boys ponchos, didn't we?
Man, it's tricky up here. The community of South St. Paul. Guests. Superintendent Babbitt. Principal Manning. Our school board. Fellow faculty. We are gathered in this most picturesque setting to honor the excellent class of 2004 and their loved ones here. In constructing this speech, I learned a great deal. As Confucius said, from the students, the teacher will learn. I learned the power of seeking advice. I asked the 2004 seniors and my mentors one simple question. What do seniors and their loved ones need to hear? Throughout this speech, you'll hear some of this wisdom. So, here's some simple advice. Class of 2004, find someone older and wiser that you respect. Continually seek this person's advice throughout your life. You'll not feel so alone. Believe me, it's made a big difference in my life. Seek also a higher power as a lifelong mentor in life's really intense walk. So when given this honor, I immediately asked for some advice. Senior Joe Michael said, "Make it quick, Mr. Gang. We got a lot of parties to go to." Chris Ward said, "Come on, Mr. Gang, write it down. We'll never get out of here." Mr. Bjorklund said a little more succinctly on the way in. He says, "Gang, you got 5 minutes. Better get off the stage or there's something hard going at your head." So here we go. We get a little help here. Dan Bradner and Kylene Whitty are going to pass around our clipboards. You the man. Kylene, way to go. Every day we always say we never let education interfere with our ability to learn, so we pass around the clipboards of the world's news. So on one clipboard is a copy of Dr. Seuss's graduation speech called "Oh, the Places You Will Go." I really recommend all of you read it. It's a great thing. So 2004, The Places You Will Go. Giving a speech is a sobering task. Research has shown that 25 to 35% of people leaving a speech can give the main idea of the speech. I spoke with one of your proud graduates, Logan Kane, the other day. He's doing our internship for Mayor Kelly in St. Paul. They're doing a volunteer project to help education in St. Paul. He says, "Don, I don't remember a word the person said." When I was at Creedon High School teaching, I'd say to the boys, "You don't listen." They'd say, "What'd you say? What?" So, to help us remember this great night, I want to share some advice my wife gave me. When our children were little, we have 3 beautiful daughters, Sarah Marie, Christina Allison, and Rachel Elizabeth. My wife said, "You know, if we don't take a mental snapshot of our children at early age, we'll forget these great memories." So it's been great advice. Now they're teenagers, so it's really been great advice. I also think that snapshots are very memorable, indelible. Often, you know, we see each other studying pictures, proms, yearbooks, road trips, sporting events, family events. And I think that they not only remind us of great memories, but I really think, in a way, pictures show us the ideal that we wish to be. I remember one lunchtime a couple weeks ago, our students were so interested in typing their research papers that they'd prepared so well. And one student had her prom picture. She looked at it over and over again. And I really think that in pictures we see our ideal selves. So Mrs. Fleming would be very proud of me tonight. She's cajoled all of us to have a POC and thesis statement. So mine is real simple. 3 snapshots. Our first snapshot is this beautiful venue. I mean, it's so picturesque. These hills behind us have been carved by glaciers, and the glaciers became the Mississippi River. Our heritage in South St. Paul is really the tough meat packing plant people. They sacrificed for their families and built and sacrificed, and today you are their dreams. Behind us is the great community of South St. Paul, those that love you, your parents, grandparents, loved ones, draw on their strength throughout their lives. They've supported you this far, they'll support you all your lives. South St. Paul is really unique in this way. I've only been here 9 years, but it's unique. What makes a town great is not what we take, but what we give back. A while ago, I was over at the Regal Court getting my Ronnie Viner haircut, and I was sitting next to one of your graduates, alumni really, Matt Schmidt. Matt said, he said, you know, where I go to college at Gustavus, he said, you don't hear people talking about their hometowns. He said, my hometown's important. He said, you know, when I was a kid growing up, I knew a lot of adults. He said, now when I come back, I feel like a homecoming king. He said, I drive down the street, wave, and get a sore arm. He's not sure this happens in every other community. What makes a community great is not what we take, it's what we give back. Here we have the Lions Club, our VFW, the American Legion, Croatian Hall, PNA, our South St. Paul Foundation, just to mention a few. Be sure, graduates, to thank everyone that's helped you, your parent, grandparent, relative, coach, teacher, anyone who helped you. I really hope that one of your life missions will be to give back to your community. Make your community greater by sharing the talents that you've been so blessed with. The second snapshot is one of your classmates. They have all achieved so much in so short few years. All you need to look at all the scholarships everybody has earned here. Your classmates are going to great colleges, junior colleges, technical schools. Many of your classmates, like Joe Simser, will be going to boot camp this summer. These young men and women like Joe will be defending the freedoms and way of life that we cherish so much. Mike Vasquez, who you heard from earlier tonight, or as our baseball team refers to him, Mr. Vasquez, has earned admission to MIT, one of the nation's top schools. Whether it's our fantastic Harry Tollefson plays, our band, our choral groups, student council, dance line, IB program, athletic programs, great things have happened already. This year, our men's and women's hockey team both made to the state tournament. I think the women's hockey winning streak was something like 86,000 wins. A high school diploma means that you should have confidence in life. In every step of your future lives, you will face challenges, doubts, and opportunities. Be confident that you have succeeded. Build on each of your successes with confidence. These successes will remind you, even the dark hours that inevitably will come, that not only have you succeeded, but you will continue to succeed. Senior Katie Newman said, be personal. Tell us the memories of your class. Well, if you would ask for memories from your parents or teachers or grandparents, I think what they would most remember are the good times and the great challenges that you've all overcome. My father used to say that adversity builds character. It does. I remember the challenges that you shared with us, family, personal, school lives. I remember first meeting many of you in 8th grade football on Lincoln Field or basketball up here. I remember you from 9th and 10th grade English classes, and especially this year's Brit Lit, and of course baseball. I remember the many talents that you shared in your presentations of show and tells. I remember the insights you've written in your journals and papers. I'll remember all the laughs we shared. And whether I want to or not, Eric Kelsey's going to remind me of my show and tell. Eric, you're a beauty. The third and final snapshot, and Joe and Chris would be happy this is finally, every generation faces at least two challenges, and I think one of them is raising a family, and the other is raising a family in an unstable world. Use your talents, develop skills and networks to support you. Work hard and make yourself the best you can be. Make yourself an asset that every employer desires. You will always find employment if you work hard and honestly, continue to learn, as Congresswoman McCullough mentioned, and work as a valued member of a team. Living in an unstable world is a more abstract problem. However, you will succeed just as your ancestors have. My father, Don, graduated from high school in 1942 into a world of Nazi terrorism. 2 years after graduation, he was shot down over Germany and spent 4 months in a German prisoner of war camp. It took a world war of 7 years, more than $1 trillion, and between 40 and 50 million people killed to end this world terror of fascism. His father, my grandfather, had perhaps a 6th grade education. He was forced to guide his family through the Great Depression. There, 1 out of 4 Americans lost their jobs. After World War II and through the 80s, the world struggled under the great fear that our civilization would end in a nuclear holocaust. The threat of a world dominated by totalitarian communism lasted 7 decades, including Stalin's reign of terror that killed perhaps 10 million Soviets. These threats have all been met by our forefathers and mothers. Let's take strength from their examples. In a personal way, I'd especially like to ask this class, or thank this class of 2004 for the privilege of speaking tonight. I understand that I was just chosen among many great faculty members here, and believe me, it's humbling to be in this faculty. We have so many caring and dedicated custodians and teachers and paraprofessionals, office help. It's really a great staff, great administration, and it's humbling to be here. But nonetheless, this will be one of the many honors and of the many blessings I've received, so thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. To conclude, we've looked at 3 snapshots. Our great community of South St. Paul, the excellent class of 2004, and the great future that lies ahead. Let's close with a South African proverb. At birth, I know what would be about a proverb. At birth, each person is given a hidden diamond, and this applies to all of us, I think. Our life's work is to find, mine, polish, and perfect that diamond. May you all find and develop those diamonds that you've been given in a hidden way. May you also give back the many talents you've been blessed with. I wish you all the best that life has to offer. Finally, I need some help. In the NCAA basketball championships, players and cheerleaders asked the fans to raise the roof, to blow the roof off with cheering. I think we can count on our community to help us with this. We had a little controversy, though. We recruited Amanda Bozer and Megan Quigley, Katie Eckert to help. I said, let's get the Buza help, and Pat Verdea and Robert Shue and Matt McKay said, well, we're beauties too. And as Mark Bernier and Dan Gish pointed out, wow, they might be the beasts. So we'll let you draw your own conclusions in that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bews and Beasts, let's stand and let's raise the roof for the excellent class of 2004.
Oh, that was too much.
Do I need to be close?
Save my spot, man.
Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. The hope is real, it's ours to give. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe somehow you will. You will when you this time of fear, when Christ so often proved in vain, hope seemed like the summer birds too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here with heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. Ashira, 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 Adonai Kigoga, Ashira, Adonai Kigoga, Mi Hamokabei, Mi Adonai, Mi Hamokabei, Dar Bakodesh, Nahita Vakastaka, Am Zugata, Nahita Vakastaka, Am Zugata, Ashira, Ashira, Ashira. There can be miracles when you believe. Hope is real, it's hard to give. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe somehow you will. Now you will when you believe, when you believe. You will when you
Graduation is a happy but solemn occasion, and the school requests the audience refrain from yelling or making other noises throughout the roll call for the class. Please respect each family's wish to hear each son or daughter's name being announced. Samuel Rankin Patet. Mike Vasquez. Michael Ryan Zaspel. Heather Nicole Godow. Jesse R. Strom. Bethany Mae Peterson. Nicole Marie Banazuski. Jenna M. Crumry. Hannah Tara Sundermeyer. Natalie Lynn Patrick. Jennifer Elizabeth Saliga. Sarah Mae Holst. Katie Mae Gangelhoff. Kong M. Yang. Philip Anders Lundquist. Kylene Robin Whitty. Gregory Allen Poppy. Ashley Michelle Rolfe. Christina M. Yocaldo. Eric Matthew Durand. Samantha J. Cavilhog. Amanda E. Storr. Andrew J. Gerzina. Jacqueline May Turkala. Megan Kathleen Quigley. Katie A. Ecker. Philip G. Forrester. Patrick W. Verdea. Patrick Stephen Hayes. Rami Gergis Shanuda. Adam Carl Bessler. Ryan Tyler Munkholm. Joshua James Pelton. Sarah Jeanette Haynes. Julia Jane Losby. Nicole Sasha Simmons. Megan Lee Anderson. Brandon James Mullins. David J. Gertz. Alex Andrew Palacio. Ryan Thomas Taturka. Laura Marie Grievous. Jessica Aaron Heasley. Lindsay Liberty Murr. Thomas M. Dipburner. Andrew G. Aspenson. Stacy L. Straw. Anthony Stephen Berge. Thalia Samir McHale. Jennifer J. Piney, Brian Matthew Aller, Ivy Elizabeth Catone, Deborah K. Franco, Jessica Marlowe Johnson, Brandon John Gens, John Allen Herbenson, Ryan M. Hunziker, Stephanie Jo Marie Hoffman, Tiffany L. Schmaus, Christopher J. Baker, Aaron P. Wanless, Christina Lynn Fawn, Katie Marie Newman, Lucas D. Anderson, Matthew Robert Knopik, Bobby L. Ritter, Daniel Thomas Gish, Randy Allen Shellum, Jessica A. Lemansky, Jordan Paul Leducer, Eric M. Kelsey, Brianna Elise Curo, Tyler J. Engelke, John F. McGuire, Derek Ortiz Milna, Julie S. Owada, Sarah Elizabeth Davies, Daniel B. Ober, Lisa Brianne Moe, Nermeen W. Morcos, Angie Marie Walker, Barbara Jane Museus, Brandon L. Bierke, Kelly Alice O'Toole, Charles William Burkett III, Barney A. Getty, Rachel Marie Otero, Crystal Marie Brown, Nicholas Michael Elton, Gloria M. Gullickson, Robert Jim Achu, Kirsten B. Schmidt, Jennifer Lynn Bliss, Amber Celine Franco, Amy Gina Mascaro, Sarah Kathleen Cernoberna, Jamie Michelle Bennett, Mindalee Marcella Keel, Amber Lee Bausch, Carlene Rose Johnson, Kelsey Marie Rothy, Mark Lewis Bernier, Colleen Mary O'Rourke, Anthony Alexander Peltier, Brooke E. Avenson, Elizabeth Catherine Olson, Jonathan R. Lowry, Jasmine Rosemarie Leducer Quito, Anthony M. Cullen, David A. Cosgrove, Rebecca Mary Dormady, Anne Marie Bauer, John E. Wallen, Brittany Ray Klaklatsky, Edward John Allen Evans, Eric Paul Head, Daniel G. Brandner, Lisa Renee Ellison, Timothy J. Ketchum, Aaron J. Milbrandt, Rebecca Jean Nigan, Haley May Seberg, Anastasia T. Martinez, Brian Linnell Cotton, Anthony G. Cotton, G1, sorry. Eric D. Henry. Thanks for reminding me. Eric A. Lofsgarden. Amanda Ray Balsamo. Pearl Jean Emerson. Aiden K. Faradoff. Mary Elise Coleman. Erica Lynn Boltman. Molly Marie Weber. Joseph Henry Michael. Megan Lee Donaldson. David Gregory Munoz. Dan K. Groutman. Rebecca Jean Hawking. Clifford Allen Anderson. Daniel Rebecca Fox. Lauren Ashley Vidine. Casey Jean Garcia. Kirsten Lynn Page. Rachel Susan Soblock. Matthew D. McKay. Allison Rose Bernard. Joseph B. Lee. Zachary Michael Herber. Amanda Lane Bozer. Aaron Peter Gutzman. John C. Germscheid. Garrett Leon Shepard. Krista Lee Ikochi. Holly Francis Gartner. Jacqueline Rose Ewald. Stephen J. Nurka. Teresa Ann Madsen. Louis Joseph Lamana. Ellen Joe DeRusha. Jonathan A. Kilton. Daniel Kenneth Lohr. Anjali Vidya Shankar. Brandon Matthew Shada. Stephanie R. Burbank. David Polakowski. Christopher Adam Atkinson. Dina Elizabeth Brown Grokowski. John S. Lofquist. Sean Michael Callahan. Hector Galvez. Amanda Joe Albrecht. Stephanie Rose Werb. Jamie Ann Ross. Patrick Paul Costanzo Jr. Sean Taylor Kelsey. Daniel M. Bjorklund. Lauren R. Lennertz. Byron Zane Schwarz, Rebecca Helen Herbert, Keith A. Plotz, Ryan William St. Martin, Peter J. Simmons, Laura Catherine Swanson, Matthew M. Dalkey, Kyle David Bessler, Ashley Joe Ryder, Kayla Ruth Marsh, Emily Gail Sutherland, Jessica Levon Rhodes, Matthew H. Thorson, Elizabeth Marie Wilson, Jesse J. Wolf, Courtney J. Dietrich, Trent Allen Rosine, Chaz W. Houston, Evan A. Keeling, Lynn Marie Shermack, Ronald N. Brummond, John D. O'Brien, Aaron Nicole Smeltzer, Christopher Raymond Ward, Caitlin Marie Whitty, Naomi J. Tiger, Tamara J. Scheller, Sylvana Y. Sawyers, Patrick Allen Buckler, Matthew J. Bauer, Christina Carice Mukoski, Geraldine R. Sty Bouchard, Amanda Lynn Clark, Dan Scott Wilcox, Jennifer Marie Wolf, Craig D. Brisson, Susan Jean Nauman, Joshua J. Annis, Scott Richard Meisner, Amanda Lynn Evazich, Jeremy Thomas Elton, Samuel M. Keller, Christina M. Message, Christina Marie Young, Nicholas Andrew Stalock, Kurt Russell Petrie, Nicholas David Weber, Luke J. Larson, Jesus Gonzalez, Neil J. Petrozewski, Joshua James Glazing, Nicole C. Bankston, Jade Lynn Turner, Brian Paul Weatherin, Ashley Lauren Johnson, Amanda K. Gutzman, Anthony L. Morris, Joseph D. Cashman, Kyle John Robinson, Adam C. Manning, Brianna M. Alcides, Matthew G. Crum, Joseph P. Simser, Brian C. Wollenberg, Joseph P. Leonard, Aaron Michael Sherbel, Tiffany M. Simon, Adam Robert Unglesby, Rihanna Lee Knotts, Valerie Melinda Schroer, Bobby Joe Daniel Sherry, Jennifer L. Villarreal, James John Verbout, Sue Yang, Brittany Ann Renville, Sarah Ann Creer, Christopher Daniel Myers, Taylor Magnuson Schultz, Danette Marie Gunther, Melissa Marie Trainer, Alicia Constance Lamana, Abigail Marie Peterson, Peter Joshua Clayton.
The moment we've been waiting for. Graduates, please stand up. I hereby declare that the seniors before us have completed all their local and state requirements. As a symbol of your achievements and a new beginning, please move your tassel from the right to the left. I would like to present to you the South St. Paul community, Minnesota's best graduating class of 2004, the South St. Paul Packers.